Hi everyone, welcome to the second part of coloring in country garden. When I filmed the first part, let's say I wasn't in a very positive mood and I filmed it without any explanations. But I'm very grateful that this video had a very nice response and nice amount of views that you shows that you are interested in doing color alongs from this book with me. So let's proceed to do this beautiful page. I think that the main reason why I decided to do this page as my start in this book is because I really love this rose arch. At least I think that these beautiful flowers are roses, even if their shape is a little bit unusual. When I started to color house in the first part, I imagined that light is coming from left upper corner, mostly from above. That's why the left side of the roof is more highlighted, and when I indicated shadows and highlighted areas on the arch, I also tried to show that inner part of the arch is more in the shadow, and outer part, where it's not covered by rose bush, it's also more highlighted. But all those hanging roses and leaves, obviously they are casting shadow on the arch, so that's why I surrounded them with light shading. Also, when I colored cobblestones on the yard, I also tried to shade both sides of the yard where all flowers, flower pots and bushes are casting shadow on the ground and on the cobblestones, and central part, which is more open, it will get bigger amount of sunlight, so it's a little bit lighter. This part I started from coloring leaves. And you probably know already that I don't like dark green colors in Prismacolor set. So even if my favorite brand to use in Teresa Goodrich books is Prismacolors still, for the green I quite often switch to polychromoses. So as a darkest color I selected chrome oxide green and I started to color leaves from this darkest color. I imagine that all the leaves, all flowers and all other botanical elements which are on the top part of the arch, they are much more highlighted, so there for green I will be using lighter shades of green, and everything which is inside the arch or closer to the ground on the sides, there green will be darker. I believe from my previous experience that key to success when you color such a big areas of leaves or green or bushes or everything green, it's to create nice contrast between green in the shadow and highlighted patches of green. So I selected quite dark chrome oxide green, and I will be using it together with quite light yellow-green colors like um, yellowish-green earth and with Prismacolor lime peel. These two light colors I will be using on the top part of the arch to show areas which are highlighted by the sun. And apart from three shades of green colors, I also will be adding shading using Polychromos Dark Sepia and Polychromos Dark Indigo. I love to add both these colors as an underpaint on the last steps on paintings when I do big green areas. I believe that when I start to add these dark brown and dark blue colors and to mix them with green in order to create deeper shadow, my leaves start to look much more realistic. I imagine that the deepest shadows will be more on the right side of the arch, and also And also I put quite dark shadows in the areas where flowers, leaves and branches are very close one to another, where they are tightly pressed one to another, and in this way they will be obviously casting shadow, and area between those flowers and leaves will be in the shadow. I wasn't sure if all the leaves which are on the arch are from roses. Then I looked closer at the plants which are on the inner part of the arch, on those branches which are hanging around the lamp, and also on the leaves which are on the lower right side of the arch. It seems to me that it's other kind of plant, that it's not leaves from roses. And anyway, I decided that I want bigger variety in colors of the leaves. So for these plants, I decided to additionally use sap green and Kelly green from Prismacolor set. When I need to color various plants, leaves, flowers and grass and trees, everything green on one picture, very often I use this trick that I use various hues of green. For some of the plants, I prefer to use natural greens like Prussian green, for example, in Prismacolor set. For some of the trees or bushes, I prefer to use warmer hues of green like olive greens, like a lime peel, or everything which has a little bit of yellow in the color. And some plants I can color using colder shades of green, like greens which definitely has some grayish or bluish tint, like celadon green or like jade green. And with this variety of colors, even if you have a lot of plants on one picture, everything will look less boring and it will be more interesting to look at various plants and leaves. So I hope that you will enjoy coloring this rose arch, and I hope that I will manage to finish this beautiful page in the third part. I hope that you will join me because we will be coloring roses and flower pots, and I think that it's the most interesting part of this page, but I enjoyed doing this green arch.